All right, what's up? What's up? So according to my friend, I should actually continue doing the Leetcode questions. Not Leetcode, sorry. What are they called? Grokking the coding interview questions. Yep. So I'm actually back at it again with more grokking the coding interview. So we're back at the top K coding pattern thing. And so yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get into it. We're doing this problem called Reorganize String. Given a string S, rearrange the characters of S so that two adjacent characters are not the same. Return any possible arrangement of S or return the empty string if not possible. Um, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. If not, you can read the example while I do the problem. So yeah, let's get into it. We're gonna Before we do anything, I'm going to do from heap q import star because I just want to import everything. I don't want to type heap q dot whatever. I'm kind of too lazy to do that. So let's get into it. We're gonna initialize a map, a dictionary, whatever. It's a reserved word, but still gonna use it. Whatever. For C and S, this is for character in the string S here. Dictionary C is equal to dict.get. Whoops. Get. Is it not autofill? I thought it autofilled. Okay, it did. Dict.get C or 0 plus 1. So basically, it's pretty simple. What we usually do is something like if C not in dict, then we do like dict C is equal to 0, and then we do dict C plus equals 1, right? That's what we usually do here, but decided to spice it up a little bit. Yeah. Well, we'll just do it like this time. It actually would make your code essentially look a bit shorter because this does the same thing, right? It gets the value, otherwise it returns 0. So which is exactly the same thing as this. So we'll be doing that. We're going to initialize a max heap because we want to basically, when we're trying to rearrange the string or like the characters in the string, if you have a max heap, if you start with the character that has the most like frequencies in a sense first, you have a better chance at creating a string like without any two adjacent characters being the same. So that's why you want a max heap, and we want for kv in dict.items. Basically, this gives you everything in the dictionary, so it'll just give you the character as the key, and then whatever the corresponding value as the value, of course. And we're gonna heap push onto the max heap a tuple negative value and key. What the heck? Why did it not move my arrow key? What? Well, my arrow keys are broken. Okay, good thing I got a new keyboard. So yeah, since we want to do a max heap, that's why we have to negate the value, and we obviously want to sort by the value instead of the key. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build a result string, which will start off as the empty string, and we're also going to have two variables, the previous character and previous frequency. So basically, because once we like let's just say we're going through this one, right? Actually no, they're exactly the same, but then we can explain it this way, right? So our heap will look something like -2a and -1b, right? Because that's the count and we negate it. So once we pop off the a, once we put the a into our result, we'll have this, right? Because we decreased the count by 1. And if we were to push it back on, the way the max heap were to sort it is the a will be in front of b, because since these two values are the same, it sorts it by the second item in the tuple, which is a, and a comes before b, right? So in order to essentially avert that crisis, we'll just store it here, and then we'll put it back after we pop off, just so we potentially won't have any issues, right? So while the length of max heap is greater than 0, which just means we have something to put onto the string, right? Because if it's 0, like, then we won't push it back onto the heap. We're going to do a character and the frequency, and we'll do frequency and the character, sorry, is equal to heap pop off the max heap. And then now, if previous character and previous frequency does not equal to 0, then we're gonna heap push it back onto the max heap with previous frequency and previous character. What the? Accidentally hit that enter key. Character, right? And then so after you push it back on, if there is anything, we're gonna do result plus equals character, because we obviously want that character as part of our string. We're gonna do frequency plus equals 1. Actually, you don't really need this actually. So basically we need to increase the frequency, because since we're doing it with negative values, right? And then you also want to whatchamacallit, let me close the window, people are loud as hell outside. So after you add it, you want to lower the frequency, and since we're doing negative numbers, you want to add 1 so that we get closer to 0. And then so your previous character is equal to character, and previous frequency equals the frequency plus 1, right? Like earlier, I was going to do frequency plus equals 1, and then here you just do equal frequency, but we can just do the add 1 here, and we don't need to do this operation at all, right? And so now this will essentially keep us going, and this will get us through whatever characters we need to add, right? And so we will, so ideally by the end of this while loop, we'll have a 0 frequency for this, and then we'll also have nothing in our what do you call it, our max heap. So here we'll just have a return statement where we'll return the result if the length of result is actually equal to the length of s. Because if it's not equal to the length of s, that means this previous character has more frequencies that we need to add. But since it's the previous character, we don't want like adjacent characters being exactly the same, right? So in that case, we'll just return the empty string, right? And so if we were to submit this, boom, it runs and we are good to go. So yeah, with that said, thank you for watching, and guess I'll catch you some other time. Peace.